We go. Now we're talking NBA preview, going in live, waiting for that green light to come on here, and we are ready to go. Hey guys, how you going? Today on BKRsport, we are here for the 2021-22 NBA season predictions video. Now, I'm doing a live stream here because obviously we've been doing a lot of live streams lately. I did ask you guys what your thoughts were on Instagram and whether I should do a live stream or a video, and we got the vote here, and it obviously was a live stream. So we're going to be going through obviously all 30 NBA teams here today and giving us a bit of a rundown on where we think they're going to finish up towards the end of the season. Obviously, shoot through what you're saying in the chat over there. I won't really refer to the chat a great deal, but obviously I will talk to you guys after each selection that I do make. Now, obviously, as you guys can see here, there is 5 different sections here for each NBA team. Now, there is champions, there is guaranteed ballers, there is playoff potential, big yikes, and give me some of that first pick action. Now, obviously, given some of that first pick action, the team's not going to be doing too well this year. You know, they're really going to be struggling overall, and we'll probably be finishing towards the 15th in their conference, right? They're not going to be doing great at all. Obviously, the big yikes, they're going to be kind of okay, I guess, but they're not really going to be, I guess, attempting for that playoff area. They're not as bad as those teams below them, but they're also still kind of just in a bit of a lull. You know, they're not really doing a great deal at the moment. The playoff potential, that's going to be teams that obviously have the opportunity to make the playoffs and be in with a nice little opportunity. Guaranteed ballers are guaranteed to make the playoffs, and then obviously the champions. I'm only going to put the one team. Actually, no, I'll put 2 teams there. I'll put one team from the East and one team from the West, and then obviously, yeah, we'll decide who the winner is from there. But obviously, hit that thumbs up button, guys. Subscribe if you're new around here. If you don't know, we're going to be streaming 2 games per day in the NBA throughout the season. It's going to be incredible. Obviously, the season starts on Wednesday, Tuesday for you guys in America, but Wednesday here for us in Australia, with the Lakers taking on the Warriors and also the Milwaukee Bucks taking on the Brooklyn Nets. So it should be very interesting there. Michael Joshua always says go the Lakers. Jet Allen says the 76ers are goated and Embiid is my daddy. Well, okay, interesting call there. Gooseberg says, am I early? I just started, man. Literally just started a minute ago, so we are ready to go. But alrighty, guys, let's get ready to rumble here, and let's go into the first team. Now, obviously, the first team here is the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, also, guys, if you are watching this video after the stream has gone live, I will be putting timestamps in the description so you guys can go to when, obviously, you want to see your team and also what you wanted to hear at the time. But the Philadelphia 76ers is going to be tough because we all know what's going on with the Ben Simmons action. He is currently back at training. I believe he is actually playing with the 76ers now. It's such a mess of a situation. You know, we all know he has his faults, but we also know that he has as well for the fact of you know, trying to hold out and get a trade, which obviously wasn't happening there. This team is still legit. You know, this team is still a pretty damn well good team. The projected lineup here for this team this year, obviously Ben Simmons in the point with Seth Curry, Danny Green, Tobias Harris, and Joel Embiid. That's a fantastic team. I'm not gonna lie. Do I think this team is going to be champions? Probably not. Oh, geez, is my computer frozen right now? Hopefully we are still live. Hopefully we're still live. My computer, for some reason, I can't actually move. Oh, now I can move. There we go. All right, so now the Philadelphia 76ers, if it lets me move them, I'm going to put them in guaranteed ballers. Yeah, I'm going to have to put them there. They're going to be making the playoffs this year. I think that, to be honest with you, Ben Simmons is severely underrated. Not because of this, obviously, the situation, but because, actually, to be fair, because of the situation, it has created this notion that he's a terrible player. Now, obviously, we all know that he fell apart in the playoffs. We all know that he scored, 2 points in a game, whatnot. He was absolutely horrific. But he's still a great player. And he's still a guy that's going to be able to work alongside this team. Now, do they win it? No, I don't think they win it. But I definitely think that they're going to be there come the end of the season. So I'm going to put them in guaranteed ballers. All right, now, let's go have a look here in the chat. We've got Gooseberg saying Nets, Bucks, Jazz, and 76ers the best, my best teams. Oh, there you go, mate. But what do you think of the Philadelphia 76ers? Alexander says, no, we're not frozen right now. Alexander says, BKR, you missed the Seahawk game last night. We could have enjoyed the Lions and Hawks losses together. Yeah, well, I did do the Detroit Lions game. I did stream that one, but obviously... anyway, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But that will be the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, let's move on to the next team here, and this is going to be the Washington Wizards. I don't think this team's going to have a fantastic year overall, to be completely honest with you. Obviously, they've moved on from the Russell Westbrook. I'm just quickly going down here to find their starting lineup for this year. It's going to be another struggle year for them, and they're probably going to be looking for that first pick in the draft. Let's go here, Washington Wizards. Spencer Dinwiddie, Bradley Beal. Oh, to be fair, can Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Rui Hachimura, and Daniel Gafford. Gafford, though, geez, I'm a Bulls fan. I know all about Gafford. For the Wizards, man, Bradley Beal and Spencer Dinwiddie. It's an interesting team. I think they're probably a big yikes. I truly don't think, especially. I just don't think they're going to be able to compete with the teams around them. To be completely honest with you, I don't think they're going to be able to compete on the long term in the East, especially with how packed the East is this year. So I'm pretty happy to go with a big yikes here for Washington. Don't think they'll be as bad as I was originally making out, but I still don't think overall they're that fantastic of a team just there. Alrighty, so let's go to the next team here, and that's the Atlanta Hawks. Now, Atlanta, obviously, they did pretty well last year. Obviously, we saw Trae Young absolutely ball out. I feel like Trae Young's going to have another great year. They're just improving, to be honest with you. You know, they're just continuously improving, and I can't see them regressing whatsoever. I think, to be honest with you, I don't even need to see their starting lineup here. I'm just going through to get their starting lineup, however. But I think that they're going to be a quality team nonetheless. Do teams start to click onto them and know kind of how they play? Absolutely. Do I think they're going to win the league this year? Absolutely not. I think they're a quality team, but I just, look, overall, man, let's go have a look here at their starting team lineup. It is Trae Young, Bogdanovic, DeAndre Hunter, John Collins, and obviously Clint Capella as well. So I'm actually going to have them in guaranteed ballers. We all know that they're going to be there come the end of the season. We all know they're going to be in with a nice little opportunity there. So, yeah, we'll go guaranteed ballers for the Atlanta Hawks. Now, interesting team is coming up here, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, the Cleveland Cavaliers, obviously, they are not the same team as they were a few years ago when they had the likes of LeBron there and the likes of Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love and whatnot. Actually, is Kevin Love still there? Gee whiz, I'm not even too sure, to be honest with you. But this team isn't actually as bad as you do first look at. Obviously, they're not going to be doing anything crazy overall. They're not going to be winning the league, but Darius Garland, Colin Sexton, Isaac Okoro, Kevin Love, and Jarrett Allen, I still think they're going to be a big yikes. I'm going to put them right there. I still think they're going to be a big yikes overall. I don't think they're going to be making the playoffs, but I think most people are going to put them into the give me some of that first pick action. I just don't think they're going to be there. I still think that Colin Sexton obviously has the ability to bring this team up and give them an opportunity to move forward and score some points. So look, not great. I'm kind of giving them a bit of a rap, even though they're going to be in the big yikes section. But I think they're better than that worst pick, that give me that first pick action kind of area. Next up, we've got the Detroit Pistons, and that's just straight up bingo. I'm sorry. Like, what do you want? What do you want from me here? Unfortunately, this is pretty obvious here. The Detroit Pistons, gone are the days of the bad boy Pistons, baby. Gone are the days of the bad boy Pistons. Their team lineup right now is Killian Hayes, Cade Cunningham, Sadiq Bey, Jeremy Grant, and also Isaiah Stewart. It's just there's no real star there for me. There's no real guy who's going to be able to take them to that next level. Even like I said, the guy of the Colin Sexton, he has the ability to take that Cavaliers team and give them an opportunity going forward. But obviously, like I said, there is just no start lineup name play here. To get around it, there's no real guy there. Cade Cunningham obviously new there. Jeremy Grant can get some points on the board, but yeah, look, Detroit, they're going to be looking at that first pick. To be honest with you, Jeremy Grant's probably their guy, but overall, no, thank you. Now, next up, the Indiana Pacers. This is a difficult one. This is an odd team, to be completely honest with you. The Indiana Pacers. Where am I going to put them? Obviously, they've got a quality team. I think they're not the flashy team. Obviously, people look at the Indiana Pacers and they're like, oh, this team's kind of okay. They're always relatively competing, but they're never really taking that next step to compete on a serious level. Their team lineup is Malcolm Brogdon, Karis LeVert, TJ Warren, Domantas Sabonis, and then obviously Miles Turner. Now, they've got some good players there. Are they in the guaranteed ballers section? No. I think that if you think it depends on how you think about this team. Obviously, they're more of a structural based team. They're not an exciting shoot the three based team. They're more, we're going to smack you at the rim. They're more, we're going to drive into the paint and we're going to go for the slam, or we're going to go for the mid ranger. There's no real exciting 3-point prospect here at the Pacers, which is what this game is all about. So for me, I'm going to put them, I think they definitely make the playoffs, but in the same sense, I'm going to put them in playoff potential. I'm going to put them in playoff potential here, to be honest with you. So yeah, I'm happy with that one. Do you guys disagree with that one? Let me know in the chat. Jack Not Bad at All says Pacers in the playoffs. We've also had in regards to the Detroit Pistons, Sebastian Grammer says poor Detroit, but it's more than fair. Nice Noah says Jeremy Grant a baller. Zach Smith says, the one time I bought Cavs memberships, I can't even go to the first part of the season. Yikes. That is that's a big yikes there. Jack Not Bad at all says, Kay Cunningham in a couple of years will be one of the best in the league, but right now we can't do much. Exactly right, very young. Very young. But, that's those teams there. Alrighty, so the Pacers, they go into playoff potential. Don't forget, guys, hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already, and obviously subscribe if you are new around here, because we will be smacking the NBA this year. Next up, we've got the Milwaukee Bucks. They are the current champions. Obviously, we saw them absolutely fly last year to take it all out. Now, they haven't actually made a great deal of changes here. They've actually pretty much brought back everyone from last year. I don't even know if they've made any inclusions. They've got Drew Holiday, they've got Dante DiVincenzo, Chris Middleton, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Brook Lopez. This team, the only thing is, guys, with this list here, is that I'm putting the champions of each conference, right? So, do I think they have the potential to be champions? Absolutely. They're the current champions, and there's absolutely a potential for them to do it again. But I'm going to put them here. I'm going to put them here for the sole purpose that I don't have them winning the East. I don't have them winning the East, but I absolutely do think, and this is what I'm saying, guys. The East this year is ridiculous. It really is. It really is ridiculous. There is probably about 13 teams that can make the playoffs. There's probably about three or four teams. I'd say three, but overall people are going to obviously have a crack at a certain team. But look, I think the Bucks will be there. They're a very good team, and they've got a chance. But I'm going to put them in guaranteed balls because I don't have them getting through. I actually want to see what people's thoughts are here in regards to this one. Ronnie says, Pacers make the playoffs. Yeah, Pacers probably do make the playoffs, man. I've got playoff potential. I'm not putting them out of the playoffs, and I'm not saying that they're not going to make the playoffs, but I'm just saying they've got absolutely the potential to make it. They should be making it, but I don't think they're guaranteed to be winning as many games as the likes of the 76ers, the Hawks, and the Bucks, with the likes of Giannis Antetokounmpo, with the likes of, Joel Embiid and Tobias Harris and Benny Simmons, and then also the Hawks with the likes of Clint Capella and also Trae Young there. So, yeah, that's my personal opinion. Melvin says, Cavs a big what if could finish around the 8 or 14th, 15th in the East. Yeah, I agree. So I got a bit of big yikes. Not too low, not too high. Just not really competing overall, though. Zach Smith says Giannis can shoot pull-ups threes now. I have seen that too, which is scary. If he pulls those off and continues that, this is going to put them, obviously, into that champions tier of the East. But for now, I'm going to put them in guaranteed ballers because I think we all know if I'm probably going to be putting there. Now, next up, this team is ridiculously difficult to read. I think out of the entire NBA this year, this one has to be the toughest, and that's the Toronto Raptors. The Toronto Raptors, I have to go and have a look at their team lineup here, because obviously they don't have the days of DeMar DeRozan anymore. He's at the Bulls. He was at the Spurs, but he's at the Bulls. They don't have a lot of Kyle Lowry anymore. He's at the Miami Heat. They've still got Pascal Siakam, but Fred VanVleet, Gary Trent Jr., OG Anunoby, Pascal Siakam, and Ken Birch. It has the ability to be. I'm gonna have to put him in playoff potential because this is dead set middle of the pack. Can they be a top 4 seed in the East? Absolutely. Can they be a bottom 4 seed in the East? Absolutely. This team is just bang. I don't know how to read them. So for me, I'm going to have to whack them slam, bang, thank you, ma'am, right in the center there. Right in the center. So, yeah, I'm happy with that one. Difficult to read, but I'll take Toronto Raptors player potential. All right, next up, we've got the Dallas Mavericks. Now, this is another one of those teams that is going to be contending for the championship this year. As per usual, they're a very good team. Will they win it? Probably not. But they're simply going to be guaranteed ballers. There is no argument about that. Dallas Mavericks have a great team, and there's no way that anyone could make a reasonable argument to say that they're not going to be, at very minimum, pushing for a top 2, top 3 seed. Look, it's also very difficult over there too, to be honest with you, in the West. Let's go get their team lineup here. Obviously, Doncic is there, Porzingis is there. So I don't want to read out a name that obviously isn't there. And 1 second here. So Luka Doncic, Tim Hardaway Jr., Dorian Finney-Smith, Kristaps Porzingis, and Maxi Kleber. That's actually a pretty good team. Obviously, I don't actually mind Kleber. Kleber's not exactly the most flashy of centers, but he's still a quality center nonetheless, in my personal opinion. I do really like Tim Hardaway Jr. shooting those threes. Another option there alongside Kristaps Porzingis, and also another option to take the heat off Luka Doncic at times. And Dorian Finney-Smith can help out in that regards too. But for me, man, obviously we all know Luka Doncic is absolutely quality. And I think this is going to be, I think they're absolutely guaranteed ballers. So, yeah, look, got them there. They're guaranteed playoffs, and they're probably guaranteed for a top 3 in the West, I would say. Probably top 3, yeah. All right. The Denver Nuggets. This is a team that obviously last year was really disappointing. They started off very, very poorly. They obviously made the playoffs, but last year they really weren't great at all. I want to see if I can get the 2020 here. What they come? The Denver Nuggets actually came third. They got 47-25. That's actually not too bad considering what I thought. But they started off very poorly. I think they started off actually under 500 for a good majority of the first 25 games or 30 games, and then rocketed home towards the end part of the season. I think, look, the Nuggets, their team is quite odd too. You know, they have the ability to have that flashy three, but they also have the ability to take you to the rim. And obviously, they've got the likes of Will Barton, Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon now is also pretty big there from the Orlando Magic. Nikola Jokic and also Facundo Campazzo. I think we've got to put them in guaranteed ballers, to be honest with you. I think we've got to put them in guaranteed ballers. But then again, they are missing Jamal Murray for a little bit there. They're still guaranteed ballers. They're still going to be playing some really nice. Look, obviously, Jokic is also, the defending MVP, and there's nothing really to say. They've actually got, bringing in Aaron Gordon too, which is huge. It's just huge. But I think anywhere from third to fifth or so in the West is what I go with the Denver Nuggets. Now, next team, the Memphis Grizzlies. This might be a bit of a controversial one for you guys here. I don't actually believe in Memphis as much as a lot of other people are believing in this year, to be completely honest. I'm just going to go get their team lineup here. Obviously, we all know Ja Morant is the big guy there. They've got Dylan Brooks, Kyle Anderson, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Steven Adams. I don't actually believe in this team anywhere near as much. They do have the playoff potential. I guess that's what we have to base it off here. They do have the playoff potential, but I don't think they're going to. So I'm going to give you a prediction, and I'm going to say that they do miss the playoffs. I don't think that the Grizzlies make the playoffs, but they absolutely have the potential to make it. So I guess this is my predictions, though. I guess this is my predictions. I'm trying to figure out how I should do this. Should I put Grizzlies into playoff potential, or should I go based on my prediction and say big yikes because I don't think they're going to make it compared to the other teams that there is there? No. We'll go on the technicality of it. The playoff potential, the Grizzlies do have an opportunity. I don't think they're going to make it, but they have got potential, and that's what it's there for. Whatever. There you go. That's my thoughts. Bingo. Take that right in your face. All right, so let's move on to the next one here, and it's going to be the Minnesota Timberwolves. This team is such a perennial underachiever. They just never are good. Never, ever, ever. D'Angelo Russell, Anthony Edwards, Malik Beasley, Jalen McDaniels, and Karl Anthony Towns. They at one stage were actually trying to get Ben Simmons, which I thought would have been interesting and probably would have put them into a good chance at a guaranteed baller kind of name. But Karl Anthony Towns just, I don't know, man. He just doesn't have the ability to take this team to the next level. D'Angelo Russell, obviously, he's moved around teams. He can't really find his place. And I really do like Anthony Edwards, I'm not going to lie. I think there's, I don't know. Like, they're probably going to be, I think they're probably a big yikes, to be honest with you. I think they're probably a big yikes. They're probably going to be down there for that first pick action. But I think Detroit are the clearing out first pick action right at this second, going through these teams. But Minnesota Timberwolves, yeah, we'll go big guys because I think they still have a little bit of ability there with the likes of Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns, and also D'Angelo Russell. I think that's right. Big yikes. Bingo. Schmack it. Also, thumbs up and obviously subscribe if you're new around here. Next up, guys, the San Antonio Spurs. The San Antonio Spurs. This is a team that has completely fallen off the wagon in recent years. The San Antonio Spurs, obviously, they don't have DeMar DeRozan anymore. He has gone to the Chicago Bulls. My Bulls, baby. And obviously, the Spurs, they've lost a lot of players over the years and haven't really been able to build back. They've got Derek White there as the shooting guard. They've got DeJounte Murray as a point guard, Kelton Johnson, Doug McDermott, and Jacob Poeltl. Yikes! This could be a team down this area. This could be a team down that area. I'm not gonna lie. I want to see your thoughts on this, guys. I want to see if you agree with me here. I genuinely believe that they could be getting the first pick. I'm going to put them and give me some of that first pick action. Yeah, I just don't really like that. They've lost a big star there in DeMar DeRozan, and whether he got the job done there or not, he got the job done. Whether he was good or not, a quality player that really elevated that team, probably not. But in the same sense, I think that truly this team is going to be competing for that first pick, and I think they'll get the lottery of the first pick. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to go with give me some of that first pick action. which might be controversial because of Pop. But let's move on here. We've got the Utah Jazz, and this is just simple bang. What changes realistically? What changes? Yes, look, they might lose a bit of the three ball in comparison to what they've previously had, but still not a great deal changes here. They've got Mike Conley Jr., Donovan Mitchell, Bojan Bogdanovic, Royce O'Neal, and Rudy Gobert. That's still one of the best teams in the NBA by a long way. That's still one of the best teams in the NBA by a long way. I don't think they're going to be champions. I don't think they have the ability to get past the likes of other teams that we haven't mentioned yet. But there's no way they're not seriously contending for the title, and there's also no way that they don't guarantee themselves as a playoff spot in the top four. I don't think they drop out of the top three. I think they came second last year behind. What did they come first? Did they come first? They came first last year over the Suns. That's right. So Utah Jazz were first, Phoenix Suns were second, Nuggets third, Clippers fourth, Mavericks fifth, Blazers sixth, Lakers seventh, and Grizzlies eighth. Yeah, I think the Utah Jazz will probably be around third. I would say around third. Vincent Larrigan says, "Hey Blaze, love to see the Raptors in playoff potential." Yeah, but it's shaky. It's shaky. Melbourne says Donovan Mitchell is my dark horse for the MVP. I love Donovan Mitchell. I actually have a Donovan Mitchell jersey here. I've got a Donovan Mitchell shirt. I should have. Oh, I've got my Bulls shirt on, and there you go. Right, but I got my I got my Jazz shirt there. Jack Not Bad at All says Furkan Korkmaz MVP Smokey. Get out of here. Get your ass out of here. What's she talking about? Ronnie says Jazz are a top four Western Conference team. Absolutely. Absolutely, they're a top three, even a top two potential, depending on another team that we're about to mention here, actually. But yeah, no, I think Jazz are a very competitive team this year. Do I think they win it? No, but I think they'll definitely be there. Alrighty, so let's move on to the next team here, and that's going to be the Los Angeles Clippers. This is all going to depend on Kawhi. This one here. They've still got a pretty decent team outside of Kawhi, but it's literally going to be depending on him 100% to whether this team is going to genuinely compete. They're going to be guaranteed ballers. There's no argument there. They are going to be guaranteed quality this year, but obviously you can't just simply keep relying on one player. You need the likes of Paul George to consistently step up here. I'm just trying to get to the team lineup here. I should have wrote these down before I went onto the stream here, to be honest with you. Los Angeles Clippers, Reggie Jackson, Paul George, Nicholas Batum, Marcus Morris Sr., and Serge Ibaka. Yeah, I'm going to have to go with guaranteed ballers. Very good team. Obviously, Kawhi is going to miss... sorry. I just forgot. Kawhi's out. Oh, I forgot about this one. Kawhi's out for a majority of the season for a partially torn ACL. I'm actually going to put these bad boys down here. I'm actually going to put them back down there in player potential. Paul George needs to be the main man there. And yes, he was the main man in India when he was at the Pacers. And it was okay when he was at the Oklahoma City Thunder. Well, he was pretty decent at the Oklahoma City Thunder alongside Russ and Carmelo Anthony. But with no Kawhi, man, look, I think it's player potential because there is no Kawhi until very late in the season. I don't think you can guarantee this team's going to be up there with the likes of the Jazz, the Nuggets, the Mavs, the Hawks, the 76ers, and the Bucks. I don't think you can guarantee it. So I'm going to put them in a controversial one in player potential. I want to see what your thoughts are. Ronnie says player potential for the Clippers, in my opinion, because no Kawhi till later next year. Fair enough. That's what I've got. Yeah. Zach Smith says Terrence Mann will step up for Kawhi. Oh, come on, man. Okay. Terrence Mann's fine, but come on, man. Terrence Mann. You're out of control. Mel says Paul George will keep them around the 6th or 7th seed. Yeah, they should be at very minimum. They should be making the playoffs, but that's why I've got player potential. There is that thought process where they could miss based on the likes of the Grizzlies. Based on some other teams around there. There is still it's the NBA, man. Very difficult to read. Next up, we got the Phoenix Suns. Now, who is on their team this year? Chris Paul obviously is running it back. He is going again here. Do I think they're going to be the same quality team? Probably not, but I still think they're going to be quality. I think they're still going to be a team that's going to compete. Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Mikal Bridges, Jay Crowder, DeAndre Ayton. No, you got to go with guaranteed ballers. You got to go with guaranteed ballers here. There's no way you can get around that one. Guaranteed ballers. Phoenix Suns. Look at that team. Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Mikal Bridges, Jay Crowder, and DeAndre Ayton. They've still got the 3-pointer there with Devin Booker, with Jay Crowder. DeAndre Ayton can definitely smack around that rim. Chris Paul with the assist there. And obviously Mikal Bridges obviously does help out with a bit of the alley-oop, the swoopy-doopy. I like that. So, yeah, I'll take guaranteed ballers for the Phoenix Suns. All right. Portland Trailblazers. This team is not as flashy as it used to be. This team is not as flashy as it used to be be completely honest with you. They do still have Damian Lillard. They do still have CJ McCollum, Norman Powell, Robert Covington, and Yusuf Nurkic. Like, who do I do here? What do I do with these guys? Like, they're going to make the playoffs. I'm just considering whether I put them in playoff potential or guaranteed ballers. If you think champions, you're crazy. I don't know. Who do I go with here? Like, they've got an okay team. Don't get me wrong. Nurkic is definitely a good, rim defender. He's a good centre. Covington's an okay for the 3. They got Damian Lillard for the 3 and CJ McCollum for the 3. Gee whiz, where do I go with Portland here? I don't think they're guaranteed ballers. I'm going to put them in playoff potential. I think they're going to make the playoffs, but there's also that inkling in my mind. Damian Lillard is the only reason I'm putting them here. They're not up there. There's no way they're as quality as the Suns, the Jazz, the Nuggets, the Mavs, the Hawks, the 76ers, and Bucks. You could actually make an argument for Portland in a similar argument to Atlanta. But at the same sense, I'm not willing to put Atlanta to playoff potential, and I'm not willing to put Portland up to guaranteed ballers. So if you wanted to argue it, I would put Portland at the front here, and I'd put Atlanta at the back there. But at the same sense, I'm not really putting an order here, guys. I'm not really putting an order overall. I'm putting them in their tiers, not really an order overall here. So yeah, I'll put them in playoff potential at the top end. They really should be making the playoffs, but like, are they guaranteed? I don't really think so, to be honest with you. Actually, where'd they come last year? 6th as well. They came 6th last year with 42 and 30. Yikes. Yeah, look, interesting. All right, Sacramento Kings. Oh, God. What's going on in Sacramento? Like, are they ever going to be good? De'Aaron Fox, Tyrese Halliburton. I don't mind. I don't say I don't like. I don't mind Tyrese Halliburton. He absolutely crushed my Chicago Bulls last year. He crushed us, man. He absolutely crushed us. But that's because we had a bit of a different team back then. Sacramento Kings. They have De'Aaron Fox, Tyrese Halliburton, Buddy Hield, Harrison Barnes, and Richaun Holmes. I think they're a big yikes. I don't think they're as bad as these two teams down here. I think they're a big yikes. I don't think they're making the playoffs with the competitiveness. I think that I don't mind Richaun. I actually don't mind this team overall. But there's just no real defense. I think teams are going to be able to absolutely slaughter them offensively. And Sacramento have the ability to score themselves. But in the same sense, they're going to have to score more than the likes of their opponent, and I can't see it, to be honest with you. So yeah, I'm going to say Sacramento Kings into big yikes. The New York Knicks here. Now, I actually feel like they're going to drop off compared to last year. Yeah, I thought they had a good year last year. I think this year will be a little bit more disappointing, to be completely honest with you. I'm going to put them in playoff potential, but I'm not as confident in the Knicks this year as I was last year. Then again, they have Kemba Walker. That's actually cheeky. That's actually cheeky. No, I definitely would put him up there. This is turning into an order, I guess. If I'm going to put him in order, we'll go like that. Yeah, that's order. And if we're going to put this one in order too, probably put Jazz over the Mavs, 76ers. We're going to put this in order. We're just going to do it right now, just for the fun. I'm putting 76ers there, Nuggets. No, I'm putting Nuggets there. Oh, the Suns, I need to put them up higher too, don't I? Jeez. I'm going to put the Suns behind the Jazz and over the Mavs. Yeah, we're relatively happy with that, to be completely honest with you. And to be honest with you, I'm actually going to put the Sacramento Kings above the Cavs. And we're going to put Spurs above Detroit. Okay, there you go. Kemba Walker, RJ Barrett, Evan Fournier, Julius Randle, and Mitchell Robinson. It's not actually crazy. It's not absolutely crazy for them to be making the playoffs. And Kemba Walker is a huge, huge, huge contract signing to help them out, to get that 3-ball going, and a bit more of a consistent 3-ball going. Now, I know Kemba has his faults, but you need to help out Julius Randle. Julius Randle's not a 3-point shooter. He's a drive for the rim, a slam dunker. I guess he's got a bit of an okay mid-ranger. Yeah, I think and Evan Fournier was a big play too to bring him in as a small forward. Yeah, I'm gonna put them into playoff potential. I'm gonna put them in playoff potential and high playoff potential as well. I'm going to put them high playoff potential as well. Zach Smith says, no way Kings better than Cavs. I disagree. Not going to lie, I disagree. I think the Kings do have a decent team with Rashawn Holmes, Tyrese Halliburton, Buddy Hield, and the likes. But I think that you could easily interchange these two teams. But for me personally, I'm going to have the Kings above the Cavs. I do, especially considering what I just saw my Chicago Bulls put through that Cavs team in the preseason. Alrighty, the next team, New Orleans Pelicans. Oh, jeez, what's going on with this team too? To be honest with you, Devontae Graham from the Hornets goes there. They've got Nickel, Alexander Walker, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson, and Jonas Valanciunas. I'm going to put them there above the. Oof. Are they above the Wizards? Are they above the Wizards? I'm actually going to. Yeah, I'll put them above the Wizards. They've got no defense. They got no defense, but they lose Lonzo Ball, which is huge. They got no defense. Will their offense still be there? I don't know. Looking at that team, man, who's going to be their leader? Devontae Graham's going to have to be their leader. Zach Smith says that was preseason. Man, you're arguing with me whether they're fourth last or fifth last. Like, give me a break. Come on, my guy. I think the Pelicans will actually be below. You know what? I'm actually going to put Pels below Wizards. I think they're not going to be great, and I don't know what's happening with Zion Williamson either, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'm putting him in the big yikes. Big yikes here. I don't even need to speak more about them. I think big yikes. Charlotte Hornets. No Devontae Graham now. Who do they have left on their team? This is why this is good here to see their team lineups because I don't even know who's on the Charlotte Hornets this year. Not that they were ever really going to be competing anyway. So they've got LaMelo Ball, Terry Rozier, Gordon Hayward. Oh, they haven't changed a great deal. PJ Washington and Mason Plumlee. Mason Plumlee from the Blazers. They're probably a bit of. There's actually a bit of a slight chance. There's still a little bit of a slight chance they could go there, to be honest with you. Like, there's a bit of a slight chance that they could sneak themselves into a position. I'm going to put them in player potential at the bottom end. Oh, really right at the bottom end here. Like, straight up bottom end. I'm going to chuck them into that playoff potential area. I don't think they're great, but I think they do have the opportunity for things to click. So I'm going to put them into the end of the playoff potential. I think they'll still be an okay enough team, but they'll get pretty much swept quickly out of the playoffs if they make it, and if they get into the playoff contention, they'll get knocked out immediately. So yeah, I'm going to Knicks. Zion to the Knicks, Jack, not bad at all. I think you're a nut job. That's crazy. To also Julius Randle and Zion Williams would be interesting to have on the same team. But yeah, look, I think the defense of the Hornets is what really gets me. They've got a lot of offense in Terry Rozier and LaMelo and whatnot, but their defense is just non-existent. So yeah, I'm going to put them down there at playoff potential. Okay, Houston Rockets. This team has been absolutely obliterated in recent years. This team used to be one of the primo teams, actually, was in the championship a couple of years ago, but obviously was not able to get the win there with James Harden. This team has completely fallen off. They got John Wall as the point guard with Jalen Green, Kevin Porter Jr., Daniel Theis, and Christian Wood. Oh, Daniel Theis from the Chicago Bulls. Yikes. Where do I put this team? They're definitely... John Wall... This is a big yikes. This has got to be a big yikes, and they're going to be a lower end big yikes. There's going to be a lower end big yikes here. I actually really like Christian Wood when I watch him. I really do like Christian Wood. I'm not a big fan of John Wall. I never really have been. Obviously, he can get an assist, but in the same sense, I'm not the greatest of fans. A greatest fan of John Wall. Jalen Green, Kevin Porter Jr., Daniel Theis. I think it's a big yikes, but I'm trying to figure out where I'd put them in the big yikes. I think they're probably here. I think they're probably there. No, John Wall, Christian Wood. I still just think, yeah. Look, there's nothing exciting about this team. I'm going to put them there. I see people saying first pick action down in the chat. I'm going to put them at the bottom end of big yikes because they're not absolutely horrific. You got Jay Sean Tate, the Australian there, Daz, mate. I like your thinking, son. I like your thinking. You got Jay Sean Tate there, pulling it through. I'm going to put him in. John Wall going to get traded. Fair. I don't think he wants to play this team. Yeah, let's put this down here. Let's put him down here. Yeah, let's put him down there. Give me some of that first pick action. Yeah, I agree. I agree. This team is massively rebuilding right now. Okay, Miami Heat, bingo, straight there. Yes. Ooh, where would I put them though here? I think they're going to be a legit team. I'll put them above the Nuggets. To be honest with you, I'll put them above the Nuggets, and you're going to agree with me once I read out this team name in. Sorry, this team list in just a few moments here. Miami Heat. One second here. We will be throwing them absolutely guaranteed ballers because they did obviously pick up the likes of Kyle Lowry. I'm still trying to get to this team here. Gee whiz, I should have had this written down. Kyle Lowry, Jimmy Butler, Duncan Robinson, PJ Tucker, and Bam Adebayo. Bingo. Not even, they're not even... Then there's no question about this team being a legit year. Kyle Lowry coming through. This team might actually have an opportunity of actually competing to be, for me, in my personal opinion, competing to be there. They're not going to be there. Calm down, all right, chat. But I think they're going. I think that Kyle Lowry is going to really pull this team. I actually could move this team here. I personally think Miami is going to be a better team than the Suns this year. Tyler Herro playing very good in the preseason. Adam always says, that's the thing. We're just talking about the starting lineups here. We're not even going through their benches. But yeah, Kyle Lowry's an incredible. He's an incredible addition. So I'm going to go with guaranteed ballers. I'm going to put them as high as just below the Jazz. And I could even argue there. You know what? I am going to put them above the Jazz. I'm going to put them above the Jazz. I'm going to put them above the Jazz. I'm going to put them second right now in regards to this ranking system. Now, my Chicago Bulls, baby. My Chicago Bulls. This is a big one. Now, this is tough because the defense is what worries me. But the offense is going to be electric. When you've got Patrick Williams, I'm still going to get the team lineup here. I can read it out to you, but in the same sense, I want to just guarantee it for you. But this Chicago Bulls team is finally, nice. No, I'll get out of here. Is finally legit. Lonzo Ball is the point guard. They've got Zach LaVine there, DeMar DeRozan, Patrick Williams, one of the best defensive players in the NBA for a rookie last year, and then also Nikola Vucevic. This team is quality. The only issue for me is that they're going to be... the only issue for me is that they're going to allow a few points, but I'm putting them here, and I don't care. I don't care. They're either here or they're there. There's no way you can put them there. There's no way you put them down there. I'm going to put them at the end of guaranteed ballers, and I think this team is going to really click. You've got Alex Caruso coming off the bench too. You've got Kobe White there coming off the bench as well. This team is going to be guaranteed in the playoffs. I'm putting this out there. I would put them as high as 4 to 6. I'll put them as high as 4 to 6. I've never seen my team above a 500 record before, by the way. Never seen the Chicago Bulls above a 500 record. I'm so excited. I believe in this team. I haven't ever believed in this team before. I've always been so disappointed and still been let down. Yeah, look, I'm Boston Celtics win the chip. Get out of here, man. You're going to enjoy what I'm about to put you in then. But yeah, I'm putting them bottom of guaranteed ballers, and I honestly think that they're going to be within this range here with the Philadelphia 76ers and the Hawks, and I could put them there. I'm going to put them. You know what? I'm going to do this here just because of not there. We'll put them there. I don't care. I'm going to put them in my preseason predictions, guaranteed ballers, and above the Hawks and 76ers. Take that right in your face, all over it, son. All over your face. Take that one, boomski. Now, guys, hit that thumbs up button, and obviously subscribe if you're new around here. We're going to be absolutely smacking out the NBA this year on live streams. Alrighty, so Jack Not Bad says, were you a fan in 2011? So I didn't really become a core fan of Chicago until I went to Chicago, and you guys obviously saw the vlogs when I was in Chicago. I didn't really have an NBA team. I was always kind of floating between just watching good games and watching the likes of LeBron and all these guys coming through and just enjoying the sport. But in 2019, when I went to Chicago and actually stayed there for 3 months and vlogged Chicago Bulls games and Cubs games and whatnot, I fell in love with the city, and that's why I fell in love with Chicago. So I've always been a fan of the franchise because of its history, but I never really gave too much of a shit until I started watching frequently for a specific team in 2019. So, no. No, I was not. No, I was not. But in the same sense, I watched Derrick Rose when he was playing. I just wasn't a specific fan at the time. But all right, let's move into the Brooklyn Nets. And as I said, guys, I'm putting 2 teams at the top. I'm putting 2 teams, a champion of the West and a champion of the East. And I'm putting the Brooklyn Nets as the champions of the East. I think that even with the loss of Kyrie, this could actually help them quite a bit. I'm not going to lie to you. I think it could actually help them more than people recognise. It will take one of their big 3 players away, and it will force the likes of Paddy Mills, the Australian, to come in. He's a quality player at San Antonio Spurs. I think it'll force the likes of Paddy Mills to come in there and to really hype it up there for the Nets. They've got James Harden. They'll have Paddy Mills. They'll have Joe Harris, Kevin Durant, and Nick Claxton. I think this is going to be a quality team. I think this is going to be a quality team. I think that Kyrie, obviously, whether he plays or not, I've still got them here. Do I think they win it all? It's going to come down to who they play. Now, obviously, you guys can see 5 teams left here, and there's probably only 2 teams. Well, there is only 2 teams. Oh, there's only 1 team, realistically, that you could put there. But yeah, I'm going to take the Nets here as the champions of the East, and I think their biggest... I think their biggest potential challenger is obviously the Bucks. That's the only worry for me between those two. But I'll take the Nets over the Bucks there in 7. Zach Smith says, everyone acting like Kyrie is such a big loss, it means Harden to take more shots. And it means Patty Mills comes in and absolutely balls out some, baby. Oh, my goodness me. Get Patty Mills in there. Let's go, son. Let's go. Ronnie says, hopefully Milwaukee and the Heat can at least push them in the playoffs. And the Chicago Bulls, mate. Don't you forget. And the Chicago Bulls, let's go, mate. Let's go there. Big Patty Mills coming through. Okay, the OK City Thunder. Guys, I'm going to have to put them here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to have to put the Oklahoma City Thunder here. Like, what do you want from me? What do you want me to do here? What do you want me to do? You want me to talk them up? You want me to talk up the Oklahoma City Thunder? Yeah, they're a great team. They've still got Russell. Oh, wait, no, they don't have Russell. They've still got Kevin. No, they don't have Kevin Durant. They got Paul George. No, they don't. They have no one, right? They've got their team lineup here. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Josh Giddey. There we go. The guy from the NBL. Getting around the old Joshy Giddey, Lou Dort, Darius Baisley, and Derek Favors. Please get out my face. I'm putting them in, give me some of that first pick action, and I'm actually going to probably put... No, I'm going to... it's between... I'm going to put them there. I'm going to put them last. No, I think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can put them above the Detroit Pistons. No can. Moe Slay Clans is bullshit being big, yikes. Yeah, no one cares about your opinion though, mate, because you're an idiot. Alright, so it's going to be next up, we've got the Golden State Warriors. And the Golden State Warriors are guaranteed ballers. Now, where do I put them in guaranteed ballers? Because they're going to have Klay Thompson coming back relatively soon. Obviously, Steph Curry is there now. Golden State Warriors, where's that team up here? Klay Thompson's not back yet, but he will be back very, very soon. A, B, C, D, D, F, wow, I'm all over the shop. Stephen Curry, Jordan Poole, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green, Kevin Looney. Oh, gee whiz. Maybe this is my opinion. Your opinion sucks. Like, what are you talking about, Chicago Bulls and big yikes? You have no idea what you're talking about. They've got DeMar DeRozan. They've got Alex Caruso now. They've got Zach LaVine. They've got... sorry, that's going to be above them. Sorry, I'll do that in a sec. They've got Patrick Williams there. What are you talking about, Chicago Bulls and big yikes? Not a single person on the planet to believe Chicago Bulls are in big yikes. Obviously, you have no idea what you're talking about. Like, even if I wasn't a Chicago Bulls fan, it's like someone coming here and saying, oh, there's no... Like, the Philadelphia 76ers or Atlanta Hawks, they should be in big yikes. Like, come on, man. I'm going to rip into you for that reason. Like, it's stupid. What are you talking about? Big Boy has his Mazin guaranteed balls just because of Luka. I can't believe I just seen someone say Chicago Bulls should be in big yikes. Brother, please stop watching the NBA. I'm going to put the Warriors... No, I'm not putting them below the 76ers. I'll put them above the Bulls. Above the Bulls. Steph Curry is going to lead this team until Klay gets back. When Klay gets back, this team still has a pretty quality. Kevin Looney, Draymond Green, Andrew Wiggins, Jordan Poole, for the time being anyway. I'm going to put them above my Bulls. I'm going to put them above the 76ers and the Hawks. I think their defense could still be an issue, but they'll still absolutely be a guaranteed playoff team come the end of the season. Nice Noah says, I know it's pre-season, but the Warriors B team absolutely destroyed the Lakers with their full... Thank you. Desmond says, Warriors in guaranteed ballers for sure. Absolutely. Okay, Boston Celtics. This might be a bit of a controversial one. I'm going to put them in playoff potential. I'm going to put them in playoff potential here, the Boston Celtics, and I'm going to put them here. Yeah. I don't think they're guaranteed ballers this year. I don't think the Boston Celtics are guaranteed ballers. They're one of the only teams that haven't really done a great deal when they needed to do a great deal. They needed to make, trades. They needed to, They need to make substitutions. Why are you saying that, Zach21? What do you disagree with the most to say that what I'm doing is dumb? What do you disagree with the most? Boston Celtics, Dennis Schroeder is the only. It's a pickup in the same sense. They got Al Horford back, Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown, Marcus Smart, Dennis Schroeder. Um, I'm gonna put him in the player potential. I think that a lot of people might put them lower end guaranteed ballers. Yeah, I'm gonna put them in player potential. I think they're still better than the Pacers, but the Pacers still are a grindy team. They're at very minimum between these two teams here. They're not below the Clippers. I would say that Jason Tatum can still bring them. I think Kemba Walker is. I think Kemba Walker is probably going to be the one that helps them over this. I think the Celtics, unfortunately, just haven't done enough for me to change. Yeah, Winter 77 as well expected it, but everyone's sleeping on the seas. No, we're not, because last year I told you that they weren't even anywhere close to being a contender, and you said, "Oh, you're crazy." And did they end up being anywhere close to a contender? Ronnie says the main problem I have with your list at the moment is Chicago being ahead of Philly and Atlanta. That's fine, man. That's fine. Obviously, I'm a Chicago Bulls fan, so I'm going to consider them a little bit higher. And I think that they're on a very similar wavelength with Philadelphia and Atlanta. So you could either put them below them, but there's no way you put them in underneath Portland, in my opinion. No way. Or you can put them above them. So yeah, I'm pretty happy to put them there. But I'm going to put the Boston Celtics as a higher end player potential. I think they do make the playoffs. They're a good team. They don't really. There's just nothing special there for them to actually get the job done here, the Boston Celtics. So I've got a few other teams. Like, look, for example, right, let's look at the East right now. The Brooklyn Nets, the Bucks, the Heat, the Chicago Bulls, 76ers, Hawks. That's pretty much everything there. That's pretty much, based on my opinion, that's pretty much everyone already locked up here. I'm going to put that there, actually. I'm going to put that so that we go to do them next. That's pretty much the playoffs nearly locked up there. You know what I'm saying? There's a couple of spots left. And I think the Boston probably do get it, but they're going to be competing with the Knicks. They will be. They'll be competing with the Knicks. But okay, let's move into... And I just don't think Dennis Schroeder is the guy to be taking them to the next level alongside of it. We all obviously saw the Lakers last year. He wasn't the guy. Okay, Orlando Magic. True. They've lost Aaron Gordon. They've lost Nikola Vucevic, obviously the Chicago Bulls last year. Who is their team lineup here? Who is their team? They're in massive rebuild mode. I can already tell you what I'm going to put Orlando Magic in. I already know. I'm going to go have a look at their team lineup here, though. For the projected for the season, they've got Cole Anthony, Jalen Suggs, Terrence Ross, Jonathan Isaac, and Wendell Carter Jr. Oh, jeez, that's a big yikes. I don't know. Are they there? Are they there? Are they giving some of that first pick action or big yikes? They're definitely the higher end first pick action or lower end big yikes. I'm actually going to put them probably... Yikes. I'm going to put them there. There's nothing about that team. Wendell Carter Jr. I'm a Bulls fan. I know all about Wendell Carter Jr. I'm going to go give me some of that first pick action there for the Orlando Magic. CYG says Jalen Suggs Rookie of the Year. Obviously, you're an Orlando fan. Look, I'd love to see Orlando do well, but you've lost so many players, man. Like, I honestly, yeah, I'm going to put them in the give me some of that first pick action. I don't think... there's no way you can argue player potential. There's no way. There's too many teams, quality teams there to go above them. Yeah, I'm going to put them in that last tier. Okay, the last team here is the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, obviously, guys, you can tell right now. Actually, I should change this to... How about this one? Conference champions. And then because I'll have my champions at the end. At a row above. There we go. Then we're going to have this as green. No, not that one. Not that one. So, oh my god, why do I have to mess this up? This one here, we're going to put this as green because this is going to be champions. Anyway, champions. The champions. Conference champions. And obviously, like I said, I'm going to have the Lakers there. So I've got Lakers versus Nets in the finals. Let's go have a look here at their team lineup here before we start talking about who we think will win that one. This team is very old, but they're still very good. right now. They're very old, but they're also very good. They brought in Russell Westbrook as the point. They got Wayne Ellington there, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Marcus Gasol. Plus, obviously, their bench is just ridiculous. They brought Rajon Rondo back in. They've got Dwight Howard there as well. Like, this team is going to be just as good, if not better, than what you're expecting. It's a retirement village. You're absolutely right there, CYG. But in the same sense, I think this team's going to be legit still. I don't know if they win it, though, is my question. I don't know if they win it. Jack Not Bad at All says, people saying Russell Westbrook is shit and won't make their team better. Get out my face. Get out my face. Russell Westbrook will absolutely make this team better. Absolutely, especially if he learns to not shoot the ball when he's got the likes of Anthony Davis, LeBron James, and some real legit shooters there. Get out my face. Jack Not Bad at All says Lakers are a bit like Geelong, but it works. For the Americans out there, that's an AFL team. But I would agree, yeah. But they're screwed for the future. Oh, no, they're absolutely screwed for the future. They've got a lot of experience. Who do I have winning? Who do I have winning here between the Lakers and the Nets? Ronnie says, the thing with the Lakers being champions, it all hinges on the Lakers getting no major injuries. It reminds me of the 03-04 Lakers. Like, yes, but if it kind of comes down to LeBron, man. It does. It comes down to LeBron. If LeBron gets a major injury and is out for the season, then yeah, look, they're going to be probably down here, to be honest with you. But if they are healthy throughout the year with the likes of LeBron, then they're probably going to be here. But I still think it's going to be the Nets this year. I still think the Nets are going to win this year, whether Kyrie's playing or not. I'm going to put the Nets as the champions, to be honest with you. I've got Brooklyn Nets as the champions this year, and to take down the Lakers in probably 7. To be honest with you, I still think with a full, healthy Los Angeles Lakers team, a big 3 in Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook, and LeBron James going up against a big 3. There's no really big 3 there in Brooklyn, I guess now, because you've got Kevin Durant, you've got James Harden, but you don't really have that big third unless you want to call Patty Mills as the big 3. Yeah, look, I'm going to take the Brooklyn Nets there as the champions. Yeah, what do you guys think? Jack, not bad at all, says Westbrook won't need to shoot 153s a game with Bron and AD. I agree, absolutely. I don't think he will need to shoot as much. I think that I think he'll realise that he does have some quality players around him. Wayne Ellington is actually a pretty solid pickup as well for the 3-point marker. LeBron, he can shoot a 3. He shoots 2 to 3. Well, he shoots probably about 4 or 3s on average, I would say, and gets about 2 of them per game. So he has opened up his 3-point section and 3-point game in the last couple of years. But yeah, he's obviously very good for the drive. Russell Westbrook can drive. Just don't take a 3 and don't take the deep 2. Who else? Anthony Davis, obviously very good for the drive and also for the deep 2 and also the mid-ranger. Marcus Gasol here, that's going to be interesting around the rim. And then obviously when Marcus Gasol comes off, you have Dwight Howard come on. It's a quality team. It's a decent list. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much us done here for this stream. Now, obviously, we have the Brooklyn Nets as the champions with the Lakers coming second, but winning, obviously, in the West. The guaranteed balls this year. We got the Bucks, the Heat, the Jazz, the Suns, the Mavs, the Nuggets, the Warriors, the Chicago Bulls, maybe. Choo! Get around the Chicago Bulls, Philadelphia 76ers, and the Atlanta Hawks. Playoff potential. Teams that will compete for the playoffs might not necessarily make it, but have an ability to make it, is the Portland Trail Blazers, New York Knicks, Boston Celtics, Indiana Pacers, Clippers, Raptors, Grizzlies, and Hornets. The big yikes section. Probably not going to be making the playoffs this year. Not as bad as the teams below them, but not going to be making the playoffs. The Washington Wizards, the New Orleans Pelicans, Sacramento Kings, Cleveland Cavaliers, and the Minnesota Timberwolves. And then they give me some of that first pick action. We've got the Houston Rockets, the San Antonio Spurs, Orlando Magic, Oklahoma City Thunder, and Detroit Pistons. So, there we go. That's the team lineup here. Zach Smith says Marcus all got waived. Okay, well then Dwight Howard comes into the center role there then. Kendrick Nunn is a good player too. He played well with Miami last season. Yeah, Miami going to have a very good team this year, man. I could argue that they're going to be in this conference champions area as well. I honestly could put them there, but this is such a difficult. The East is just so difficult to read right now, man. So difficult to read. Jack, not bad at all. Member for 3 months. Good on you, man. Says surely 76ers win it this year. No, mate. No. Or they want Anthony Davis to play the 5. Well, there you go. But guys, I'm going to jump off for now. Obviously, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe for new ones here. We will be streaming 2 games per day, throughout the entire season. The first game of the season is on this Wednesday for Australia. This Tuesday for you guys in America is the Golden State Warriors versus Los Angeles Lakers game, and then plus we also do have the Brooklyn Nets and the Milwaukee Bucks. So 2 massive games there on Wednesday that you should be tuning into. I appreciate you as always. Let me know, actually guys, once this stream finishes, I want you to comment on the video, not on the stream chat, on the video comment section. I want you to let me know what you think is going to be the light of this year and who you think and disagree with and agree with in regards to this list. But alright guys, I appreciate you, and I will see you guys next time. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Catch you later. See ya.